Hi, I'm Melinda. I have stage 4 adrenal cortical carcinoma. I wanted to create a quick video because I did recently get extensions, and I just wanted to show kind of what that process was like for me. When I was going through chemo, I was like trying to make a plan to eventually get extensions, and I couldn't find a lot of resources for people like me. So hopefully this helps. Just to start the video, I am vegan and prefer to do things as natural as possible. So that was part of my criteria in this process. So this is my hair before chemo. That's not my natural hair color. I was working with a stylist named Tiffany at the time. She's still my stylist. She did my extensions. And it was awesome to get to work with somebody who had kind of seen me before and after. So that's what I looked like before. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I was also diagnosed with something called Cushing syndrome, which basically means I had an excess of cortisol in my system. My tumor was secreting cortisol. So this led to a lot of things, and you maybe can tell in this picture, but my face was big. I had like a Cushing's moon face. My stomach was distended, but I also had a lot of weird side effects having to do with my hair. So my scalp was peeling. My hair was falling out in chunks. It was like, because the scalp was peeling so bad, my hair was matting, and it was just a wreck. So I made the decision to first cut it and cut it pretty short. And then this was like right after I started chemo. I just like went ahead and my neighbor came over and shaved it for me because it was like falling out like the little pieces were falling out all over the place. It was pretty annoying. So that's what I looked like when I was a bald girl. Shout out to everybody who goes bald. Like, I still think bald is beautiful. It was a little bit rough for me because on top of like just being bald, I also still had like my moon face. So it was really hard for me because I didn't quite recognize myself. But I didn't lose my eyebrows and eyelashes, you can see. So like, I at least had that. I know some people lose those as well, and that can be really, really challenging. But yeah, at this point in my life, I really didn't recognize myself at all. And then this was right after chemo started. After one cycle of chemo, I pretty much lost all of my hair. I did a chemo called EDP, which is a pretty rough one. This was me in the hospital after I had a cancer procedure and then ended up with a bacterial infection. So I spent my 33rd birthday in the hospital. One of my best friends brought me some fun things to celebrate. But yeah, that's what I looked like. This is me completely bald, like not even shaven, just the hair had all completely fell out. And then this was about a year after treatment stopped. So I ended up only going through 2 cycles of chemo. And right after the second one, my hair started to grow back in. This was, I think, my second trip, my second time flying after being diagnosed with cancer. I was very excited for this trip. I was on my way to New York to see my best friend and also to consult with a specialist up there. And just so you kind of know like what I did on the in-between being bald and this, I had a couple of products I was using. So the first one that I bought was Vegamore or Vegamore. It is a vegan oil. If you have questions about it, let me know. But I would apply it twice a day just to my bald head and to my head as the hair grew in. And then I would use a scalp massager to really help stimulate my scalp and get the oils in there. That worked really well. I think that helped with my hair growth. Personally, I've seen some people where it grows in a little bit, like a little like patchy in different places. Mine grew in like full all at the same time. I also used this Jamaican black castor oil. Oh, let's see if I can get it. That was a gift from a friend. This can make your hair look a little bit oily, so I would use it like once a week right before I shower. Not that I shower once a week, but like before a shower, I would use it once a week and then like let it sit for a little bit and massage it in with the scalp massager and then go ahead and rinse it out. But it does make your hair a little bit oily for like 2 days, so just keeping that in mind. But yeah, I think the combination of both of those really helped. This is a root repair growth oil. I don't know, maybe it was all in my head. I really liked the combination of them both. So that's what I did. That was my hair there. And that is my natural color when it grew in. But then something changed. So this is me about 2 years post-chemo, post-infusion chemo, I should say. I'm still on a form of chemo. It just doesn't make my hair fall out. So this was me celebrating my 2-year cancerversary in November 2023 in Sedona, hiking, loved it, had a great time. But you could see my hair got super curly. So as it kept growing, it kept getting curlier and curlier. This is very common for people who have gone through chemo. We call it chemo curls. I always thought I wanted chemo curls, and then I got them. And I will say part of the reason I did not like them was that I live in Florida, most of the time. I travel so much, but I live in Florida most of the time, and just being here with the humidity, it was not fun to deal with curls. And like, yes, I could straighten it, but like I don't consider myself a high maintenance girly, at least medically I'm a high maintenance girly, but like other than that, I'm really not. So like doing my hair every day was just not really, like I wouldn't do it. So I kind of just rocked this style where I'd wear it half up. I would do pigtails a lot, things like that. But yeah, this is what it looked like. And this was like about the time where I was like, okay, I think it's long enough to like start thinking about extensions. Like, let me see what I can do. But before I got extensions, I really needed to figure out how to straighten my hair, because I had talked to my hairstylist and she said like I'd recommend getting it straightened first. So I did a bunch of research and found out that keratin treatments have formaldehyde in them and can be kind of toxic. So I didn't really want to mess with that. But I found a company called Magic Sleek, which makes a product that's somewhat similar. And like the whole process is very similar, except they use a lot of natural ingredients. And what was the other thing I wanted to say about Magic Sleek? Yeah, they use a lot of a lot of natural ingredients, so it was a good alternative to keratin for me. So the only downfall with that, or like the thing I want to know, is Magic Sleek can change your hair color. I think most of the time it does. So this is me the morning I got my Magic Sleek. You can see I'm like blonde, super curly, and most stylists will recommend that you have your hair dyed right after you get your Magic Sleek done. I did not want to do that because my normal hairstylist is vegan, and so I wanted to make sure I went to her to have my hair dyed. So this was me right after Magic Sleek. You can see it did change my hair like to a little bit yellow color. I wasn't super concerned about it. I went out in public. Nobody ever like said anything or noticed anything, talked to my face. So I didn't really care about that, but that's what I looked like right after Magic Sleek. And then this was me a few months later, or a few weeks later, I should say. I had it dyed, preparing for extensions. So this is the color I wanted to be. It's not my natural color. This is my preferred color though. And so that's what I looked like right after it was dyed. This style I liked. I could still, do my pigtails or half up, whatever. And I feel like I started to like recognize myself at this point. And this is me the day I got my extensions. There we go. So this is what the final product looked like. So I decided to go with Easy Hair Pro Weft Tape-ins. So I don't know if you can see, but it's gonna be a little hard to see. I have a row here, and then I have a row underneath here. And then I also have a few smaller pieces. I can't remember what we call them, but they're just like little guys right up here. And that's just to help add like more volume and give me more of that face framing that I wanted. So my initial consultation I did with Tiffany, who's my hairstylist at Salon Halo in Tampa, South Tampa. So she reviewed my options with me, but ultimately I decided this was the way that I wanted to go. This is all human hair. And it's been fairly easy for me to manage so far. I've gone through like getting them put in, and then I recently had them like moved up. And I've been really happy with them. There's a little bit of stuff you have to do for maintenance, but it hasn't been too bad. But for me, it's been worth it. I love the way that they look. I feel like personally it helped my confidence a lot. I don't even think that has to do with like the way that I look. I think it has to do with like I see myself again when I look in the mirror. Like I recognize myself. I don't see a sick girl anymore. I just see Melinda. And that has made me so happy. So thank you so much, Tiffany. Again, you're the best. But yeah, if anybody has any questions about this process or like what I've done throughout, please feel free to message me. I'm always happy to help. And again, like I wanted to create this video mainly because of like being vegan and also trying to stay away from toxic products. I think it can be really hard when it comes to hair to find something that works for you. So I just wanted to post my story in hopes that it could help somebody else. So that's it. Thank you. Oh, and I forgot to say I wore my funny hair shirt, which says my oncologist does my hair. That was my go-to shirt when I was getting treatment at the cancer center, mostly just to make other patients laugh. And then also I'm putting a video of me at the end of this when it's Tiffany and I, when I got my extensions done for the first time, because it makes me happy. There were lots of tears. All right, thanks for listening.
I'm already crying. That's so happy.
Are you crying? Hi. That's my job.
You're gonna be like, I'm not gonna cry.
I don't know. Now I'm like really happy. Oh, are we going now? Oh my god. Oh my god. I love it so much. Now I am going to cry.
I can hold you all day.
So good.
No way. So good. I cry over everything. Even if you weren't crying, I would cry.